Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I have just lost my specs today along Ngong Road, not Ngong Road, along Jogo Road, Haipitiki, Haipitiki, and been forced to come back home. People are asking, where is Raila Odinga and why has Raila Odinga delayed? But I'm also challenging those who are asking, where is Raila? Where is William Ruto? Because the security officers reportedly have shot one man in Kibera, and some of the other Azimio leaders have also been arrested. So as much as people ask, where is Raila? But I would also want to challenge, where is William Samoei Ruto? There is the irony of the day is that the state told Kenyans to go on with their activities as usual, to go to town and do their usual things, their usual activities. But the same police are now ejecting people from the streets of Nairobi. So you wonder who is supposed to transact business in town if the people that were told to go to town to transact their usual businesses are now being removed. And I want to ask a question. If the strategy is to eject these people not to come, and how about if they choose to do it more frequently? You know, and I've been saying here, the intention has never been to go to State House. And when political leaders picked up that line that Raila wants to storm State House, you know, for those who speak from point of knowledge, know very well that there has never been an intention to storm State House. We are in a civilized country. We are not a banana republic as many people would actually want to look at it. So for me, I'm just trying to draw my observations into the simple question. I've seen people becoming restless. Where is Raila Odinga? Where is Kalonzo Musyoka and the rest of the team? Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video. Earlier on, a hint into what will happen in the day was an information by Winnie, which was also supported by Philip Etale, the ODM Director of Communications, saying that Raila Odinga's gadgets were hacked, and of course there's a problem with communication, probably with the rest of the other leaders. But I'm one person who don't want to appreciate the discussions about phones, because mass action, I don't think there is no connection with the loss, with the connection of the phone. But of course, Etale said it has been restored. Winnie is saying that she's going to come out probably with the father. Remember, the Kenyan politicians have been asking Raila Odinga to bring the daughter in front, to bring the daughter also to be part of those protests. And Winnie was saying that I'm also willing to come out. Probably that was a bit of what was done. Now, if Raila was to give you a holiday, you may sit back and ask, has that holiday been given? Finally, has it been given? And those who say there is no holiday and there is nothing can do, probably to some extent, for those who work in town, can give us an explanation whether that holiday has been given. 4 reasons that to me I see is the reason behind Raila Odinga delaying. By the time I was doing this video, it had not come out, and of course, I'm just trying to make from the earlier observations. I think the violence that really was experienced in the morning was a bit alarming. In Kibera, the youths wanted to come out and they were blocked around Olympic, so they engaged in some running battles with the police. Also in town, some few youths who had gathered around KCC were also arrested and bundled into police vehicles. And you could see the kind of deployment that was done. It was just, in fact, the police overwhelmed the population, the number that were already in town. So what they did is they tried to eject, or rather they tried to block these youths from going to town straight from their estates. Unlike just where they would be allowed to come around, even where I was, I've just come from Jogo Road, where the routes that are coming from the Kamkunji area, they were trying to make their way. It's very difficult. In fact, if you're driving, they'll want to frisk your car and to know who is there. So if you look suspicious, they can even tell you to drop one person, to drop someone. So the kind of vigilance has been high. Now, one thing why Raila would also, as a soldier or as someone who's in the front line, you must know when to retreat and when to hit. Probably, Raila has seen that storming town, probably it would go against, because police probably are determined that they don't want to see people in CBD. Remember in 2017, January, when that mock swearing in was done in Uhuru Park, there was a bit of that uncertainty in the morning on what would happen. But again, around midday, CS Matiang'i, who was the interior CS by then, called off, pulled the police from the venue, and the people filed there, and then the whole thing, the event continued. So probably because Azimio tried to counter claims that mass action was illegal by producing letters that they had produced, that they had sent according to the constitutional provision, but the police were determined that that was unlawful. So Raila, and I will say that if he was to go there with the kind of effort, with the kind of pressure going on, you know, there is a very delicate balance. It would actually cause a situation where there will be a bit of a very ugly confrontation with the police officer. So I am just making up my mind that that could be behind it. They're still trying to retreat, because think of a situation where he goes there, tries to move, or even walking around. Of course, he's going to get a crowd within, build a crowd within, even walking within town. But within that, people pile up, and because the police is determined, they will try to protect him perhaps, but will really not mishandle those who are around. The other two I'm seeing here is the arrests of other leaders. They, I think, changed the day schedule, or the diary, what was to be done. Opiyo Wandayi, the leaders of both National Assembly and Senate, Opiyo Wandayi and Siwat Manzayo, and the others and the other protesters that have been arrested. Now there was need to trace them, and I saw a contingent of lawyers going to DCI headquarters. They went to the headquarters. DCI, I think they were told that the leaders are somewhere locked up in some Kiambu police station. So they went to Kiambu police station, which probably the reasoning of going to Kiambu is because they know it's a place that the residents are Kikuyus. The others cannot get there. If it was within town, probably they didn't want to bring them within town because it can cause commotion within, because the people can pile up to go to that place. But then there is need to trace them, you know, and I think there is also need to trace other protesters that have been arrested, because you don't know. I saw a lady crying out that I think some gentleman, some activist from Langata was also arrested. So that became more of a priority, that you can't sit back and see while things are not really working fine. The other thing here is, with the police pushing the crowds out of town, what would Raila go to do in CBD? Simple question. If the crowds are not in KCC, if the crowds did not build, as a politician, you cannot go to empty street. If the streets are empty, then there is no need of going there, because whom is he going to address anyway? So it's because of that probably they're still pondering whether they will make their way there. But with empty streets, there's no way to go. And that brings me to the last point. The intention has never been to remove William Ruto from State House by going to State House. That is an imaginary statement, but again, it's a sensational aspect. It's a sensational statement just to arouse the masses, if you ask me. However, the intention has been to shut the city. And that's what I'm saying. Even with Raila going to town now or not, I think the day holiday has been achieved. You know, when Raila said that the Monday was going to be a holiday, I think we took it lightly and we did not pay more attention to it. But again, if you ask me, the intention has been to do that. Now ask yourself, if this is what is going to happen for the next 1 week, or they will try, someone is saying even next time is on Thursday. So how are they going to manage? Is the shutdown going to be achieved? So at the end of the day, I don't think that is it. But if I know people are trying to ask, maybe they've been put under house arrest, I don't think if that would be it, they would have said. The social media pages are active. Both of them, they are talking their Twitter and the Facebook, and they have other avenues of even communicating. So their social media pages are a bit still active. Lastly, is there a divide? Is there someone who has chickened out? That's also a probability. So they're still trying to consolidate. There is no way that Raila can go to the street alone. Of course, I know Raila can go alone, but there is also need to find out if leader X or leader Y is not picking call, is not available, what's going on. You need to find out first. You're gonna just move in and then because when you go to the public and you're not with Kalonzo and Kalonzo is not seen there, the first thing when you go, you must tell the crowd where is Kalonzo. If you go without Martha Karua or without Wajakoya or without Jeremiah Kioni, the first thing when you go to the crowd, you must tell them where is it. So I would also say that probably they are trying to figure out how they can make a united front, a unity front. You cannot just go to town alone. So according to me, those could be the reasons why Raila Odinga is still delaying. As to whether he is where he is, I don't know. But I may guess, I don't think he's where those people are trying to maybe wait for him, the residents. That could not be it. Could be they're just in some undisclosed location, and within the time, let's see as the day unfolds whether he's going to come out or whether he's going to give a statement about the day. But according to me, if the intention was the holiday has been achieved.